Yeah, we're about 500 architects strong, and we do all types of projects from stadiums to airports to mixed use, towers. We work across a whole range of scales and across the world really, from China to Europe and to North America. Because buildings and what goes on in buildings consumes a lot of energy, both in their construction and in their operation. So if we're to get anywhere close to reducing our carbon footprint as a race, buildings are central to it. There's no silver bullet to this, but I see a lot of innovation and thought in the construction industry in Europe that in the end will pay a lot of dividends. And having travelled across the world, for us, we see the highest standards in Europe, and it really leads the way. So I think we should have a lot more confidence in what we do, and the hand that regulation and private industry play together to pull themselves in the same direction. So we're always talking about too much regulation in Europe, but actually it has been the bedrock upon which private and public sector have been able to spring forward, in my opinion. You don't often get an opportunity to hear from those on the European Commission or on... It's such a large organisation, the EU, isn't it? And it's interesting to hear them speak, to give some feedback. And like I said, it also gives us a sense of what they're dealing with as well as what we are dealing with. Carbon tax. We can't have cheap materials coming from the other side of the world, and we can't be sending our materials to the other side of the world either. We need to go back to how we used to build buildings, which was much more local, much more regional in terms of where we source them, where we make the products and where we install them. And this we need to rediscover, and it feeds into so many other of the growth and innovation and all of the aspects that we're looking for to be a more competitive market is to feed ourselves, basically. Feed ourselves in our own construction industry and not be relying on buying cheap timber or cheap glass from somewhere else. And the only way you're going to get there is through carbon tax.